famous salmon croquettes. I want you to like this video and I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I want you to hear everything, all of the ingredients that are going in here. But before I begin, laughter is medicine. So I want to begin with a joke for today. Why can you always count on, wait a minute. Why can you always depend on fingers? Wait, oh no, I don't forgot the joke, y'all. Why can you always rely on your fingers? Why can you rely on your fingers? Because you can always count on them. Okay. I don't know if I got the joke right, but anyways, let's focus on cooking right now. Okay. I'm sorry. That was horrible. That was pretty horrible. But we're gonna get right into we're making salmon croquettes today. A great summer food. Okay. All right, we're safe in there. Okay, so I want to make sure that you all have a good view. Okay, so let's start with our ingredients. Our ingredients that we have. So we're going to have salmon. We can use 2 packs depending on how large of a party you're cooking for. We have our oil here, which we're going to fry up those bad boys. Then we got 2 eggs. Your eggs is going to hold everything together. Then we got a purple whole onion. If you don't have a purple whole onion, that's okay. You can always use white or yellow. Purple whole onions is your sweetest. So it's what you would put in deviled eggs, salads, etc. We have some black pepper, salt and black pepper, the perfect combination as usual. We have some Old Bay. And we also have some crackers. Our crackers is going to be our base that's going to hold our patties together. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to get us a cooking bowl and we're going to add our salmon into that bowl. And the secret ingredient, I would say, for salmon croquettes is, of course, your chopped onions and your seasoning, which is Old Bay. Yes, indeed. Okay. So I'm going to use my salmon croquette packets and I'm just going to get a spoon. I'm going to empty that. And this is a quick and easy meal. It is so good. The kids love it. And it is just very savory. Okay, that Old Bay, that flavor, it really comes out in there. So we're just gonna add our 2 packages. You can either, I like the packages, but you can use the canned salmon. And so just depending on how many you are cooking for. Okay, now I have my salmon in my bowl. And as a matter of fact, it looks like I'm going to need a little bit more of that. If you have chicken or tuna on hand, they both marry together well. So sometimes you have to make it happen. I do have enough salmon, but if I needed to add a can of tuna, I sure could do that. Okay. And as a matter of fact, just for Pete's sake, I am going to add 1 can of tuna and I'm going to make sure that it is drained good. Sometimes that is the key. When you're making tuna fish, you want to always make sure that your tuna is drained good because you want all the flavors to come out. Okay, you don't want the fish taste to overpower your dish, and so you're going to make sure. See how when it comes out, it's really watery. You want to make sure that you drain all of that water out really good. So we're just going to drain all of that water out really, really good. So it's nice and dry. And at this point, it will accept our seasoning. Now, of course, as I always say, you always want a trash bowl. You want to clean as you go. Okay. So here's our dried tuna fish. Okay. So we're going to add that to our bowl. Okay. And this is looking like tuna fish, but see how versatile cooking can be? We're going to set that bowl aside. Okay. And sometimes, again, I always say it's nothing to it but to do it. Okay. So now we're going to cut our purple hull onion. Okay. Did she eat this morning already, Omari, or no? Okay. Okay. So we're just going to create slits in the onion. We'll get rid of that purple hull skin that's protecting our flavor. Any part of the onion that you're not going to use, you will keep that skin on to protect its flavor. Okay. So now I'm showing you a trick. A lot of times onions, they'll make you cry, and they make you cry because of that center core piece right there. So if I keep that closed, keep my ear ducts from tearing. But if I open it up whole and just leave that open, my eyes are going to be burning. I'm not going to barely be able to see what I'm doing. Okay. And that's how things can lead to a fire. Okay. So let's not do that. Let's go ahead and keep that closed. You see, I'm keeping the onion closed. And wow, magically, there are diced onion pieces. Look, I didn't even have to open up my onion. There are diced onion pieces. And once again, this is where all the good flavor is going to be. Once we fry up those salmon patties, you're going to really be able to taste that rich flavor of the onions in there. And we're going to add our little salt and pepper, but that is one of the secret ingredients. And again, like I've mentioned, your Old Bay seasoning. Okay. So now we have our salmon in there. We're just going to add our onions to the salmon. Okay. And once we get all of our seasonings in there, we mentioned that the two eggs is going to be your glue. It's going to hold everything together. So as it cooks, as that egg cooks, it is going to keep your patties together. Okay. All right. So we have our eggs in there. We have our onions in there. We have our um, salmon and our tuna fish in there. Now we're going to start seasoning. Okay. And since we're almost ready to place our patties on the fire, let's go ahead and let's add our oil to our cast iron skillet. Cast iron skillet will even out your heat and fry up your croquettes very well. And you're going to need some type of, and it's on right now. And we're going to use some paper so that the grease will not remain in the croquette, but that they will absorb into some paper. So you can use paper towel or anything that will absorb that excess grease, because we don't want to eat that, because we want to eat good, but we want to watch our figure as well. Okay. So once again, we have our oil is heating up. Here's our Old Bay. Has its flavor with all kind of good garlic in there. Okay, and onion powder. Okay. Now, here is, and after the video is uploaded, I'll come back and answer any questions that you have about anything that I say, because a lot of times I'll give really good cooking tips while I'm talking. So if you have any questions, feel free to chat with me in the comment. I don't mind at all. What do they say? The only dumb question is the one that is not asked. Okay. So you ask on. I've been in the kitchen for years. My mother was in the kitchen. My grandmother was in the kitchen. Two of my family members have restaurants. If you ever heard of Lolo's Chicken and Waffles, that's my relative. That's my cousin, y'all. That's my immediate cousin. Okay, so now in review, let's review what we have. If you just tuned in, we have our salmon, we have tuna, you can add canned chicken, we have 2 eggs, we have salt and pepper, we have Old Bay, and we have our onions. Okay, and so now, once again, It's smelling so good. Ooh, that Old Bay and those onions. And tuna is just so easy to flavor. If you think about your favorite tuna salad. So now I'm just going to use for the base. And some people get creative. They may use Doritos. They may use Fritos, corn chips. But I like those famous just regular saltine crackers. Okay. And that is what is the base for our patties, you guys. And we are almost done. And we can grab plates and go ahead and attack these wonderful salmon croquettes. Okay. So I would say that may be about 20 crackers that I put in there. And what you do is you give that a real good stir. Okay, and it should be pretty thick. It should be able to make into some wholesome patties there. Okay, and you can smell it. I probably would not taste test because we have that raw egg in there. And sometimes that may be even a key. Sometimes you may want to put the egg in towards the end. Okay, but just give that a good stir and it smells so delicious. I wish you were here. But that's why I love technology. That's the beauty of technology and being able to live stream and YouTube because we can be together even though we're not together. It's much more special um, when we are together. Um, actually, but if we can come together um, through technology means, then by all means, let's do that. Okay. All right. So we got that stirred up there. Okay. And now we're ready for the good part. We're going to get heavily involved. Okay. And let's see. Let's check out our fire. Let me teach you a trick in how to check your fire. Now we got our heat on. Okay. If we put it on high, it should heat up pretty quickly. But you just throw some water on there and see that's not ready because if it was ready, then that truly would pop. Okay. So let's get our fire going. Yep. Okay. And so as soon as that gets hot enough, we're just going to create our patties and we'll be ready to fry our salmon croquettes. But basically, that's it. Once you get them fried, and over here I have my absorbent paper. We're just going to place our absorbent paper, and once our patties are fried, we're going to let them fry for about maybe 4 minutes on each side. And once we let them fry for about 4 minutes on each side, both sides will brown. And then we're going to take them and we won't let them fry too long because we want them to be juicy. We want it to keep its moisture. And so when you fry quickly, that is how your meat retains its moisture. It's the same thing if you were frying chicken or frying any kind of meat. That quick heat to the outside is what is going to retain your moisture. And you want to make sure that your heat is always hot enough. Once again, it's the same thing if you are frying chicken. Okay. All right. So that is heating up pretty good. What you need, honey? Okay. Go give me that telephone, baby. Uh-oh, y'all. Y'all finna hear my conversation. Goodness gracious. Well, I am a creator. Y'all hear how? Okay. Hello. Yes. Hi. Thank you for calling me back. Huh? Yes, and Tamber, what I'll have to do, can you give me about 10 minutes? And I'm gonna call you on another telephone. I'm gonna get my son's telephone. Is that okay? Okay, give me about 10 minutes, Tamber, and I'll call you right back. Okay, okay, bye-bye. Okay, I am sorry about that. That is the thing about going live is I can't pause the video. Okay, but now I want you to take a look here. Okay, let me show you. I'm making the patties. I'm just using the palm of my hand, and the heat of my hand is helping marry all of those ingredients together. And we're just going to place them into our frying pan. And as you can see, they are frying beautifully. Okay. And so we have made about one, two, three, four. By the time we get through, it's going to be about six there. Okay. All right. And once again, once we fry them on each side, we're going to let that cook once again for about 4 minutes on each side. They'll be browned on each side. I'll let you take a look there. They are looking beautiful. Okay. And so once again, once we finish browning them on each side, we're just going to let them drain. And then you can serve salmon croquettes with rice, white rice, salt and pepper. You can serve it with fruit. Okay. Um, and it makes a healthy meal. Okay. All right. Thank you for tuning in today. We made salmon croquettes and we are ready to enjoy this yummy meal. You know, they always say if you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. Y'all, do y'all see me sweating? Do y'all see me sweating? Now, y'all know this got to be a labor of love. But look at them. Look at them. I'm going to turn one over so that you can see them brown and see how they keep their form. Okay, so you see how we got a little brown on that one? Ooh, golden. Yes. Okay. Then we're just gonna take the other ones, flip them. Oh, they are perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, and we got enough oil in there to brown both sides real pretty. And they are absolutely beautiful. Okay, so you see that? All right, so we're just gonna do that on both sides, and we'll be ready. And we will be ready. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, that's good. Mm. That is so, so good. That is, I mean, when I say good, that is delicious. Y'all, look at those golden croquettes. All right. I love y'all. Peace and love. Like this video and subscribe.